Hey everyone, welcome back. Are you guys ready to get into some savings? But first, I need to talk about something. I blew it. I blew it last week. We had so many birthdays and so many things going on, and we were just so busy. I ended up having to take money from my birthday and gifts, and I ended up taking cash for my emergency fund that we've been doing for the puzzle piece. And really, I took the money just because I needed cash in that moment. And so I thought about just going to the bank, pulling out cash, and then putting it right back in and not talking about it. But I realized one, I want to always be accountable and do the best that I can do. And two, this is part of it. This is part of saving cash and always having money in our binder and putting money in the different categories. Part of it is eventually you do use it, and that's okay. And I wanted to take away that stigma from it because it is perfectly fine to use the money that you have in your binder and then you just work to building it up again. And I would not be real if I did not show that. So I decided I want to be as authentic as possible and show that that is what I did. This last week, two of my kids had birthday parties, so I had taken out some cash for those. And then my oldest daughter was home from college, and my husband and I had gone away for his birthday, and I needed cash to leave for them. And I just took it from my emergency fund because I had cash right there in that moment that I could just give to her and not have to worry about it. So I do have a plan for how I'm going to set out to fix this mistake. It's not really a mistake, but to fix this. But I wanted to show that on camera and talk about it because yeah, at the end of the day, it is money and we can't just hoard our money. We have to actually use our money. And part of getting more money is believing that you always will be able to get more money. And I do. I want to be as abundant as possible. And I believe that I will always get more money. So with that being said, we're going to jump on in. We always start off with our Christmas savings. And I know I say this every week, but I know it seems redundant to be saving for Christmas whenever we just had Christmas. But we want to stay ahead for Christmas 2026. And we want to have over $1,000 by the end of the year that we have saved away and we don't even have to worry about it. So, which I actually did use the cash for my Christmas binder as well, but I didn't actually use the cash. I just traded it in for 50s instead of 20s. So, we have been doing, this is our fourth week now of putting money away in our little Christmas account. So my goal was to save 125 for January. 125. I know you might only be working on the 25. That's totally fine. My goal was to do 125. So far I have 105. This week we're going to go ahead and put in that last 20. So now we have 125. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to open a Christmas account, or at some banks they might call it a Christmas club. I'm going to open a Christmas account and put this cash in there so that way it's not in my home. One, so I'm not tempted to spend it. And two, because I am filming and I don't want it to seem like I have exuberant amount of cash in my house. I do not. So I'm going to put this money in the bank for safekeeping. Definitely, obviously I need to. After this last week, we see that. So this is going to go into the bank. And in its place, I'm going to put this Monopoly money in there. So that way I can still keep track of how much money I have in my account, but it's just not the cash here in my home. It'll be in an account instead. Now, if you're somebody that wants to get the most bang for your buck, the Christmas accounts definitely are not going to accrue a whole bunch of interest. It's not really for that purpose. It's more just for the purpose of you're going to put the money in there. There's no minimum amount at most banks, but there is fees to take it out early. And then usually about November, they either release the money to you or send you a check for it. So that's going to be the way that I'm going to do it. So that way I have no access to the money and I can't touch it. Obviously, that's what I need. So for February, next month, then I have for my goal $150. On the list it says 50. You can save whichever one, or if 75 works better for you, just flip around on the list, just pick one of them and go ahead and get it crossed off. So that's going to be the goal for February. I'm going to do 150. I am so proud of us that we completed that $125. That is so nice to already have $125 set aside for next Christmas. What an amazing thing. I am starting off with $129 today. I know I keep on using like strange amounts, but that's simply because for my ones, I just do however many ones I have left over after change from places. So that's where I get that. Now I did just put that 20 in the Christmas, so we have $109 left. For the most part, I do try to do as many free savings challenges as I can. I think that I want it to seem I don't want it to be overwhelming for you guys to get started. And two, because I've said this before, we don't want to spend money to save money. But at the same time, I do still always want to be very intentional of supporting other creators. So I did order a cute little Valentine's savings challenge. Can you believe it? We're already to the end of January. Like, that is so crazy. This year is flying by so fast. Anyways, I ordered this cute little savings challenge. Came from Save with Judy. I will put her link down in the description if you guys want to order from her. It's this cute little scratcher Valentines. We're going to scratch them off and it'll tell us how much money to save. When you're completely done, it'll say $50. I've talked about this before, we have 5 kids. I tend to do $25 for each kid for Valentine's Day, either in usually like a gift and some money. And so I'm actually going to double mine. Instead of whatever I scratch off, I'm going to double it because I got to get to $125. So I need more than that. Then I also she sent me some little freebies with it, which how sweet is that? So there's this little tracker in here. You could put like whatever amounts you want on here. And then as you save that amount, color it off. I probably won't use this one right now, this time since we're doing the scratcher. But my youngest daughter has been begging for this, so probably just go ahead and give that to her because she likes to have her own little savings challenges. And then Judy sent me these cute little stickers as well. There's a little clip so I could clip it into my binder if I wanted to. Very, very cute. I absolutely adore it. I cannot wait. So fun. And that's, the point with the savings challenge. We never want it to get boring. We always want to be doing things to make it new and exciting. Do whatever we can. Keep on going, keep on saving, keep motivating us to save more and more and more. All right, let's get started. I literally cannot believe it is the end of January. That is insane. I know I just said that, but oh, and here's the little card that came with it in case anybody wants to go and support her. I'm going to try and get that in the frame. Like I said, I will put a link though, so you don't have to type all that information, but just in case you wanted to see it. So thank you, Judy. I really appreciate it. Very, very cute. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, here's my little quarter. Sorry, that's what I was looking for was my quarter. Let's do it on the binder because we're going to need something stronger. All right, which one should we do first? Oh, it's so exciting. Let's do this one. What do we got? $2. All right. I need to put $2, but remember we're going to double it, so we're going to do 4. I'm just going to go ahead and do 5, and then we'll take a 1 later on. All right, let's do 2 more, because we got, just 2 more weeks till Valentine's or somewhere in there. All right, we'll scratch off this one over here. What is it? $7. So that's $14. Okay, let's just take a 20. We'll see if we're doing 7 and 7 is 14. Then let's do a 20. I'm going to do a 20 and put this 5 back. So now we've got 20 in our Valentine's. All right, let's do 1 more. Let's do this one over here. What do we got? Oh, another $2. So if we're doubling it, that would be 4. So let's just do 5. All right, so we've got $25 that we're going to put in our holiday envelope. I do a Christmas envelope on its own, and then I do a holiday envelope. My goal is to always have $500 in there. We're starting with nothing, but that's okay because it is only Valentine's Day, and we've got a little bit of time to build up, especially until, I'd say like my next biggest holiday when I'm going to spend money will be Easter. So we've got a little bit of time to get some money saved up till then. So we're going to put our $25 in there. Yeah, look at us go. All right, now we need to work on building up that birthday and gifts since we spent quite a bit of that money. Let's see what we still have left in our binder. Not very much because I spent quite a bit, like I said. In January, our family itself had 2 birthdays. My husband had a birthday. He wanted to get a custom fitted cowboy hat, and we stayed in this fun little area where there was like these different bars, and it was just fun. There was like a cowboy bar, or like a Western bar, I guess you would call it, and like a vibe bar, and 3 of like the bars and restaurants shared like a patio. So it was really cool. It was a really neat experience of like the camaraderie. Like the locals, you could tell most of them knew each other, and they were also nice and friendly. We had a really good time. And then my second daughter, had her birthday as well, and she turned 19. She, like I told you guys, I give cash for their birthday. So I gave her cash, and we went out to dinner, and then she celebrated separately with her boyfriend, of course. All right, so in our birthday and gifts, we have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. $19 left. Ooh, I think we had 49. I don't remember for sure. Anyway, so we've gone down a little ways, but that's okay. That's all right. We're going to build it back up. That's the whole point, is we had the money when we needed it. So let's do, since we did the Valentine's one, let's just do one die. I'm just going to do one die today. We'll do it dollar per dot like we like to do. You know what? Last time I think I used the purple, so let's use the blue this time. Whoop, what did we get? 5. All right, so $5 for our birthday and gifts. 5 again. All right. And 2. All right. 1, 2. So we have, oh, that's all crooked. So we've got $7 to go into our birthday and gifts. And I think we had quite a few 5s. So let's trade in our 5s for a 20. Let's see, how many ones? We had 4 ones, didn't we? Okay, yeah. So let's do 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trade that in for a 5. Okay, and then we'll trade these 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, for a 20. And then we'll have a 20 in our binder. So we have $31. Sorry, was that all off camera? I hope not. There's $31 that will go into our binder for birthday and gifts. And so, see, it's not that bad. Now we already have another 20. So when the next birthday party hits, I've already got 20 bucks I can send. It's not that bad. We can do this. We can do hard things, right? All right, our next one. Piece of the puzzle. All right, we were doing so good coloring out our puzzle, and that's what I blew. That's where I spent all of the money. And that's okay. We're going to build it right back up. I have changed to a different color of Sharpie, so as I fill it back in, you'll be able to tell that there's a different color on top of it. And that's just what we're going to do, and work on getting that money built right back up. That's all right. That's all right. So let's do our Uno Go like we like to do. And let's do 3 of them today. I feel like I'm just going with 3s today. All right. First one. Always. I always get that. All right. I'll try and get back on camera. 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. All right. $11. So we got 1. There's 11. All right. Let's color it in. Oh, this highlighter, this set of highlighters, sorry, couldn't get that out. This set of highlighters actually colors a little bit easier than that other one, so my coloring looks a little better at least. Not by much. Not by much here. Like, I am no artist. That is for sure. I will never claim to be. I don't even have like an artistic mind. I'm creative. I can do crafts and things like that, but I am not artistic at all. More of a business mind, more of an analytical mind. All right, so we've got 11. Now let's draw again. Uh-oh, all my cards are wanting to come out. My little fingers aren't working so well today. All right, what? Always, we always get a Skippo. I don't even think that's what it's called in this game, but what's that, 9? Okay, 9. We already have, let's put the 1 back and take 2 5s, which then makes 20. So we'll switch that out for a 20. There we go. All right. And what? 1. Oh, wait a minute. What did I just do? That's funny. Okay, whatever. We'll just find a 9 on here. Color it in. Surely there's one. Okay, right there. I messed that all up. That's all right, though. So we'll do 9. See, I'm just going to color on top of it, make it this different color. I can't believe I did that. I totally just forgot to count the spaces. I just went with number 9. Whatever. It doesn't, and see, that's the good thing about these savings challenge games. You really don't have to be too particular about it. You can do it however you want. When I say that, I actually mean it. Because obviously I just make up rules as I go. All right, next. One more. Let's do one more. 5. All right. This time we actually will play right. Okay, so we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. All right. We'll just stick with this orange color that we have. We'll just make it brighter. So then we know that it was colored again. And honestly, it really doesn't matter because you really, as you see, you could just use this over and over and over and it's really just the same. All right, I'm going to take a 5 instead of a 4. So then we have $25 is going into our emergency fund today. Not the best, but we'll have it built back up in just a few weeks. It'll be fine. Doesn't really matter, right? That's what you have to just keep telling yourself too. Like, there is no failure to this. As long as you keep going, you're going to always have money set aside. And although it's like, yeah, that came out of the money I had tried to save, but it didn't have to come out of my budget right there in that moment. And that's what makes saving money so much easier. Because then, well, not easier, but it makes it more what's the word I'm looking for? It makes it easier as far as then you're controlling the amount of money that's going out instead of, you know, here comes an expense and you have to suddenly cover it with the money that's in your bank account. Makes it a little bit easier, I feel like. All right, our next one and our last savings challenge is our 100 envelope challenge. So let's look back. I know we did... Let's see. Okay, we got 1 through 9 completely done. So that is done. So our next one is 10. We need to get a 10 done. I hate putting 2 5s in a 10. I'm just going to come back to that one. Because that, I know that's so silly, but it really just eats at me. I like only 10s to go in my 10 spots. 11 is not completely done. Oh, I need to get back on camera. Sorry, guys. 12 is not completely done. Like I said, we could put 10s in there, or 5s in the 10s place, but I just really hate it. Just really, that will irk. That'll just eat at me. I can't do it. Okay, so we got a 5 for our 15. And then a 5 for our 16. And then a 5 for our 17. And look, we've got our 2 1s in here. On our 16, did we have a 1? Yes, we did. Okay. So we'll do our 5 for that. So what we need to go, next time I'm going to have to get some 10s. So we can start getting that filled out. All right, and then we have 120 left. So let's see what, I think we have 19 filled. Yes, we do. We have 19 filled. So our next one would be 20. Let's get 20 in there. All nice and neat. One thing I really love about the envelopes is it makes your dollars so crisp. I know that sounds so silly, but it makes them all nice and flattened out. And then later they just look so nice. All right, let's do 3 1s for our number 18. In case you're seeing this other money over here and you didn't remember, this money is what's going to the bank for our Christmas money. That's why it's over there like that. So I can remember to get that done. If you are like me and you have a lot going on in your life and it's very easy to, your kids are going to talk you into spending your money and you're going to pull from those accounts or from your savings challenges that you have, I highly, highly suggest starting a Christmas account like I'm doing, and then that way you just don't have access to the money and you can't spend it if you don't have it in your house. So that's what I'm going to do. And I am so happy to have that 125 already set up for Christmas. It's going to be so nice when I get to next Christmas and I don't have to be stressed out about it because I have $1,000 just sitting ready to go. I mean, obviously it costs a little more than that, but you know, any bit that you have is going to make your life easier. All right, so we did 22. Here's 23. I had a lot of ones today. My other thing that I really love with Savings Challenge and having cash on hand, if you guys noticed before how I can just, as I'm building the money, I can just cash 5s out for 20s or this or that. I also do that for my kids during the week. If they have a lot of change on hand and they want something different. And so it's just nice to be able to do that and not have to be like, oh, I got to go to the bank and get 5s, or I have to go do this or that. It's just nice to be able to take care of it yourself. Okay, I have 3 ones, so we're going to put that in 28. So I need some more 20s and 10s, which is kind of hard because we mainly just do this using what's left over. So next week I might have to be a little more intentional and do some 20s and 10s to get, I'd like to get 10, 11, and 12 filled out. So yeah, next week I think I'm going to do 3 10s so I can get those ones done and add them to our completely done. But look at that. We got 1 through 9 completely done. We've got now 1 through 28. We have some money in for most of them. I think there was a couple that didn't have money in them. But that is pretty good when you're thinking all we're using is just our leftover cash. Well, that is it for us today, but I wanted to say thank you so much for being here. Your time is very, very valuable, and I know budgeting is hard, and also watching something in today's world, watching something for 20 minutes can be hard because we're so used to quick gratification of watching reels and shorts, TikToks, things like that. So I know it can be difficult to sit for 20 minutes. So I really, really appreciate your time. I hope that you find this helpful and fun. I will see you guys next week.